everyone, and welcome back to Moving Right Along, a Muppet movie podcast brought to you by toughpigs.com. It's the podcast where we watch Muppet Treasure Island 2 minutes at a time and talk about it a lot. I'm your host, Anthony Strand.
And I'm your other host, Ryan Rowe.
And joining us today, we have a return guest, a longtime friend. Guest, introduce yourself.
I am Carolyn Wiesner, a longtime Tough Pigs member.
That's right. It's a delight to have you back. I don't think... Were you here for Christmas Carol? I don't think so, right? You were here.
No, you didn't ask me for Christmas Carol, and that's fine because I had a baby. So.
Yeah, that's right. You were busy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But I did Manhattan.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm glad you're back.
And you told me on Manhattan that I'd only be doing sad clips from now on, but I'm not sure Treasure Island actually has any really sad scenes. So
there's some introspective scenes, but maybe not outright sad like Christmas Carol has.
There are a lot of scenes that are sad in the sense of I'm sad to be watching them.
Oh.
Okay, well then I guess this counts.
And what happens in these minutes? Jim and the boys hang out in the galley for a little while, and then they meet Captain Smollett. So we start with Long John Silver saying, "There's many a man lost a leg and worse in service of the king," which is true. I mean, he's not wrong, but is also an extremely grisly thing to say to a child.
Yeah, yikes. I mean, what's worse than a leg? That's the mind reels.
Right.
You know, I live in a rural community. There's lots of old guys that like to gross kids out, so It didn't surprise me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
One thing I briefly wondered is which king he might be referring to. Anthony, am I correct in thinking that there's no indication in the book as to what year this takes place?
So as we've discussed in the book, it has the 17 dash.
Okay, right.
So
date. It's
But the I can't remember. I can go grab it. I can pull it out. It's right back here if you want me to. The annotated Treasure Island places it in 1759 for reasons that I no longer recall.
Okay, so then, I just looked up the Wikipedia article for British monarchs, and so I was going to say, based on 17 something, that it was probably one of the Georges was the king at the time, because George the First, Second, and Third were apparently in consecutive to each other. So you said 1759?
Yes.
Okay, then that would be King George II, who reigned from 1727 to 1760. So
right,
that's who many a man are losing legs and worse in service to.
They're doing it. They're out there doing it.
It's all for George II.
Mm-hmm. And then,
is that indicating that they're all supposed to be the king's men on that ship? Because they don't seem like...
no, he said, so in the previous clip, Long John says that he was serving under, what is it, Admiral
Hawk?
Admiral Hawk, yeah. So he just lost his leg earlier in his lifetime on a Navy ship, is what he's implying.
Okay, then they're no longer in service to the king.
Right, so it was presumably still George II, though, if we're 1 year away from the end of his 33-year reign.
Started in 1727. Yeah, so, but now on this voyage, Long John is working in the private sector, I guess.
Yes,
yeah.
He is.
All right, got it.
He is. If Long John was going on the TV show Chopped, it would say private chef, personal chef to Captain Abraham Smollett under his name.
Yes, there you go.
And I hope that Joe edits that together.
Yep, and then I hope so too. And then he'd be like, earlier in my life, I lost my leg, and that's what I'm playing for. Prove that a man with one leg can still win $10,000.
That sounds extremely plausible for a reality show.
Chopped is awesome. What a great show. And we're going to hear more about Chops later in this.
We are.
segment.
Isn't that exciting?
But before that, Long John Silver jokes around about a cannibal eating his fingers. And what do we think about this? What do we think about cannibal jokes?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a fun gag when he holds up his hand and it looks like he's missing fingers, and then he shows that they're still really there. It reminds me of the detachable thumb trick that you can fool kids up to a certain age with by putting your thumb on your... I'm demonstrating. I know the listeners can't see me, but put your thumb on your other hand and make it look like you're removing it.
Did you do that to your nephews?
I have done that too. I think all of my nephews. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
Love it.
But yeah, and they do fall for it for a second, and then when he shows them, they all kind of laugh like sheepishly.
They all laugh. They just share a great laugh together. That's what I love. Like they're all just laughing.
Oh yeah.
And then Long John, apparently forgetting that Rizzo exists, says, "Oh, you're a fine pair of lads that ye are." Even though Rizzo is still in the room, right?
Oh, he is? I thought he was off doing...
I think he's still in mid chicken. Like last time we saw him.
Yeah, as far as we know, he
was face deep in the roast chicken or whatever.
Well, I guess we just saw him with a big belly, having just eaten the chicken.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But he is still in the room for sure. Yeah.
I think so, unless he rolled out.
Who knows?
Well, maybe he's determined that Rizzo is not a fine lad. Which
is a reasonable conclusion, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So he's like, you two are fine lads. That guy over there is just a glutton.
Yes. Yeah. But then he does add bright as buttons the lot of ye, which might include Rizzo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could be bright, but not good.
Yeah, that seems like him. That actually does seem like Rizzo. That seems like an accurate description of Rizzo. He is bright, but not good.
Sure.
So then
is that lawful evil? Is that what that one is?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's right.
And then meanwhile, Fozzie as Squire Trelawney might be good, but not bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, Fozzie's chaotic good.
Something like that.
And then speaking of old Fozzie, next up we hear a ringing bell, and then the voice of Frank Oz says, "All hands on deck." But it's not Fozzie.
No.
It's our old pal Sam the Eagle, who is weirdly the ascendant Muppet star of the 90s movies.
Yeah.
After having essentially cameo roles in all three Jim era movies. He has about 2 lines in each one.
I wonder why that was. But
yeah, I mean, he's just one of these minor backstage guys, really.
Yeah.
So I think that's why. But then for whatever reason, they're doing British period pieces. He has a nice featured role in both of the Christmas Carol and this.
Yeah, this I think is so I guess he'll have a bigger role even than this in Muppets Most Wanted, but this is his second biggest role in a Muppet movie, I would say.
Yeah, it's certainly his biggest up to this time.
Yeah.
The original trilogy, you didn't really have a lot of call for a stern Muppet in a more major role, but when you're adapting old literature, I guess you're going to have some stern characters.
I think that's right.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
who would he be in Pride and Prejudice?
Who would Sam be in Pride and Prejudice? Oh boy. I'm
sure many people on the internet have figured this out.
Here's the thing. Sam's actually not bad casting for Mr. Darcy. People talk about it, how it has to be Christian Bale or whatever. But Mr. Darcy is a sourpuss. That's kind of his whole deal.
And then opposite Janice, I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just like on the sitcom, right? When Sam fell in love with Janice.
Yeah.
Remember when that happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do.
What a time. What a time. But Sam in this one is so here's that Chopped reference that I mentioned. He goes, "Chop, chop, look lively now. The captain will be here soon." And I can't imagine that maybe I am the only one, but every time I watch this movie and Sam says "chop, chop," it reminds me of the PlayStation 1 game Parappa the Rapper, which the first boss in the game is named Chop Chop Master Onion.
Oh, wow. I played that at a friend's house back in the day, but I did not absorb it enough to remember that.
My cousins had it.
Okay. I think I played it on an emulator in the last 10 years and didn't get very far. So
is that right? Yeah, my cousins had it, so we used to play it all the time.
Wow.
So anytime that Sam says "chop chop, look lively now," I say "kick, punch, it's all in the mind. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find the things I teach you are sure to beat you, but nevertheless, you'll get a lesson from teacher. Now kick." Anyways.
Look at that, some bonus rapping from Anthony.
I was going to say, I'm so glad I got rap.
But I think that game is one of the reasons why I do that all the time.
Sure.
I absorbed that game as I was 12 or 13 when it came out.
So it wasn't just the Fruity Pebbles or Cocoa Pebbles commercial.
It was Cocoa Pebbles commercial. It was Adam's Family Values, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
Milestones in entertainment.
Yep. The 90s. What a time. What a time. And then,
Well,
but anyways.
Did you happen to look into the origins of the phrase chop chop?
No, did you?
Yes, I did.
What is it?
I found an article. So I was wondering if it might be an anachronism here. And I found, because it sounds odd in this time period, an article from NPR's Code Switch. They explained that it probably originated from a Cantonese word. I'm probably going to get this wrong, but Kap, K-A-P, I guess that's transliterated. The word means make haste, as well as some similar sounding equivalent words in Mandarin and Malay. And they said it was most likely picked up by English sailors who sailed the Asian seas and heard those words and adapted them into the English slang chop chop. And the article also noted that the word is generally always used with a pretty condescending tone, which I hadn't really thought about, but it's true. If you're a kid and your parent is telling you like, come on, we got to go, put your shoes on, chop chop. Like it's never said in a nice way. It's always kind of like the person saying chop chop is annoyed with the other people that they're saying it to.
Mm-hmm. Huh. So it is feasible that it's historically accurate that Mr. Arrow would be thinking.
Yeah, I didn't write down the dates that they mentioned, but it was 1800s, so I don't know. It might be a little bit too early for it.
Yes, unlike everything else in this movie.
Right. The Star Trek reference earlier was spot on.
Right. Mm-hmm. The Mickey Mouse joke. Yeah.
Right.
But anyways, when we see Sam the Eagle, when we, the audience, see Sam the Eagle, Jim asks who that is. And young Squire helpfully says that it's Mr. Arrow, the first mate, a capital fellow.
A capital fellow.
Yeah, I guess he is. He's pretty capital in this movie.
He is. He's actually a decent guy. But what Fozzie actually says is, oh, that is Mr. Arrow, the first mate, which makes him sound more like Grover than usual, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Fozzie is. I mean, I'm sure you've said this many times that Fozzie is completely out of character in this movie. Just beyond playing a role. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, he basically looks and sounds like Fozzie, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about it.
Yeah,
it's my favorite thing about this movie, and indeed about cinema. I love it when I think of great moments in movie history.
It's Mr. Bimbo all the way.
Mr. Bimbo every time. He's been to the moon twice. That's so funny, you guys. It's just comedy.
I'm going to take all of that just out of context and just that clip of you saying all those things.
I love comedy so much, Ryan.
As a bonus episode.
Good. A bonus episode.
And what Anthony really believes about Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Oh. Good. I like that you're Howard Stern and I'm George Takei in this scenario.
Oh,
by the way,
I don't know that's the specific reference.
Oh, that's what "oh my" is. He said it on a Howard Stern.
Oh, that
interview.
They just took the
and they just use it all
out of context. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Howard Stern turns out to not be a great guy, huh? Anyway.
No, he sure didn't. Which is not a shock, right?
I mean, I never thought he was a great guy.
Yeah, I don't think any of us were avid Stern listeners in the 90s.
No, I've never heard an episode.
This is a tangent, obviously, but I've always been baffled at some people who are fans of Howard Stern who I kind of assumed would have better taste than that.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, and yet you are him, and you're playing the same pranks on me.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So cool, Ryan. But anyways, what I like though here that I never thought about before is after Fozzie says that Samuel Arrow is a capital fellow, we get this close-up of Long John cocking his eyebrow, looking suspicious.
Yeah.
I was going to say that I think Tim Curry's eyebrow is one of the MVPs of this whole clip.
Mm-hmm.
And just managed to communicate a lot there.
So he's kind of just thinking like, that's the guy I got to watch out for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also that maybe he knows him by reputation. He's like, oh, God.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Next, we hear fanfare, and Mr. Arrow says, "The captain approaches." Then we cut to a human man driving the coach. Just a coach driver played by a human. But who's blowing the horn?
It's JP Gross.
Stiller's uncle.
Why JP Gross, which makes this the second movie in a row that he's in, but Scooter isn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's really sad, isn't it?
Yeah, Scooter does not appear on screen in this or Christmas Carol at all. He'll be back in Muppets from Space. selling Gonzo
Richard
t-shirts.
Scooter
But
played Jim Hawkins in a different universe.
that would have been good.
I
think of all the available Muppet options, that might be the best one.
Yeah.
Maybe not for a full movie, though. Maybe just for a sketch.
Right. Yeah. Well, and as I think we might have talked about on Christmas Carol, David Rudman, who ended up playing Scooter many years later, was around in these days. Like he could have started playing Scooter in 1992. I kind of don't know why he didn't. It seems like such obvious casting. I don't know.
It seems like they just decided they didn't really need Scooter or something, and they didn't want to, or maybe it felt too sad to them.
Scooter was too close to Richard, maybe.
Right. I think Scooter and Ralph a little bit, although he spoke a little bit. But it seems like there were a few characters that they were just very hesitant to recast right away, which probably was a mistake because then, like, I don't know. I just remember when Muppets Tonight was new on the air, people were saying, like, where are the Muppets I know? Who are all these new guys? So they probably should have.
Yeah, didn't the whole fan community freak out when Ralph said, "Oh yeah," one time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Go to the Brooks episode.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a time. Oh man. And then so they're driving up. JP Gross is blowing his horn. And Sam is telling everyone to step aside, make way for the captain. Lallygaggers will suffer his wrath. And then Gonzo asks if the captain is bad-tempered, and Sam responds in the affirmative. Yes. Is he bad-tempered? The man is a raging volcano, tormented by inner demons, the likes of which mere mortals cannot fathom.
Yeah.
Is it a good line? Do we enjoy this?
That's a good line. That's the kind of thing that must have been so much fun for the screenwriters to write that language,
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it works okay. I'm plus minus on it.
Well, and it's Sam is so taking everything so seriously. So of course he
does have gravitas.
Yeah, I mean he's Captain Smollett's hype man.
Right. Gonzo likes it too because then Gonzo says he's got demons. Cool.
Yes.
Which is like a very I like that. It's funny.
I do like that one.
Because it's a pretty intense thing for Gonzo to be excited about, I think.
Yeah.
It's like demons, yeah. I mean, Gonzo did sell his soul to the devil in the Alice Cooper episode. Lest we forget.
Right.
He eagerly signs up. Like that's not even subtext.
Right, yeah, he's into it.
Yeah.
I've had one thing from the DVD commentary. When we see, there's a few different shots of the horse and carriage just moving very quickly, thunderously, causing all kinds of chaos in the streets. Brian Henson says the carriage is riding down a 40-foot street in the studio because this is all shot on a soundstage indoors.
Oh, of course, yeah.
So it's just a 40-foot street, and they had to shoot it repeatedly from every possible angle to make it look like it's longer than it actually is. So that's movie.
Yeah, do you think that it was necessary to have the whole horse-drawn carriage introducing the captain? Or could they have just, had the cabin door open or something? Like, was it worth it?
I kind of think it was, personally, because because we get, like I wrote down here, after Gonzo says he's got demons, cool. We cut back to the carriage arriving, and it's 25 seconds. Just like watching it drive, people run, Muppets are jumping out of the way. Someone yells, "Maniac!"
Yeah, there's an old lady Muppet who pulls children.
I was going to say he's my second MVP for the clip: Tim Curry's eyebrow and whatever Jerry or Attrick that lady is.
Sure, yeah.
And I think it sounds like a Dave, probably, right?
Yeah. I think it does.
Yeah, I like that part.
Yeah, and it's just like we've talked about how one of Brian Henson's real talents as a director, I think, is that he likes to just kind of like let tension build and let moments play out.
Yeah.
And this is a good example of that because I think even though I think in the opening credits of this movie, right, it says Kermit the Frog as Captain Smollett.
And also this upcoming scene is in all the trailers. It was in all the trailers.
Right. Yes. Yeah. The Kermit's introductory moment is in all the trailers, right?
Yeah, that's true.
But still, like even knowing that it's Kermit, it's nice that they build it up so much.
Right. And I've seen this with an audience, and that does get a laugh every time when Kermit is revealed. So I think the build up with all the tension helps to make that so fun.
Well, and we're 28 minutes into this thing, and it's the first time we see Kermit the Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is unprecedented. I mean, he's introduced immediately in every other movie, even Christmas Carol, where he's not in the opening song. He probably shows up in minute 7 or something, right? Like it's the credits and then it's the Scrooge song and then it's right, Bob Cratchit at work.
In Scrooge's workplace, right?
Yeah. So anyways, yeah, then the door opens and a large, intimidating, grumpy-looking man comes out. Muppet Wiki doesn't list this actor's name, which I thought they might. I thought there might be like a page. Yeah.
I looked at the end credits trying to figure out if there was a name listed for this character to figure out who the actor was, but I didn't see anything, so I don't know.
I was going to say, I actually don't find this guy that intimidating. And maybe I'm alone there, but
no, right. He looks like a very, like he has like a real like comic character actor look, right? Like he looks like he's playing some sort of Charles Durning or David Huddleston or, you know, like just kind of like a grumpy uncle type.
Maybe having like a grizzled guy with an eye patch would be too much, but I also think this is a missed opportunity for a real cameo. The name I came up with was Alan Rickman, but I'm sure there were plenty of British like villain type character actors who could have done this part and made it actually feel like it could have been a real fake out type of a scene. And I guess it doesn't feel like it when it's just like, oh, there's an extra we found down the street and he's
man, that's a really good idea. Like I love that. The idea that Alan Rickman or Jeremy Irons or you know, whoever, I'm trying to think mid-90s, or even, it doesn't have to be British, it could be Willem Dafoe or something, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And then it's just kind of like, oh nope, that's just the footman, and then he never appears again.
Yeah.
Like,
you know, now that you said Willem Dafoe, I like that because he's got that look that just instantly creeps a lot of people out.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
In a good way.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, this guy, he looks very serious. I don't know how scary he is, but he does look like maybe the guy at the bank who would deny you for a loan. Maybe not.
Which can be scary, but
yeah. So Joel McHale in Spider-Man 2 is what I'm hearing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sure.
That's what he plays in that movie. You remember that? Remember that, Ryan?
I didn't remember that was him, actually, but
Aunt
I remember
May
that scene. She wants a free toaster, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Joel McHale, and then Hal Sparks is in the elevator. So there's 2 Talk Soup hosts in that movie for some reason.
Wow.
Nobody knows why.
No.
Sam Raimi has never gone on the record.
Wow. Okay, so those are the 2 mysteries we have to solve. Why are there 2 Talk Soup hosts in that movie, and who is this actor playing the grumpy guy in the coach?
Yes, those are the 2.
Those are the 2.
Muppet Treasure Island. But then of course the guy steps aside, and the actual captain is a tiny green frog who says in all the trailers, "Hi ho, everyone!" And it's our old pal Kermit. He's on Walter's watch.
He is.
Yeah.
Has he ever said "hi ho" in a Muppet movie before this? Because that's primarily, people associate that with him, but that's primarily Sesame Street Newsflash.
Sesame Street, right? It's the Newsflash, yeah. Give me a second if you don't mind.
Is there a Muppet page for "hi ho"? I guess I should have looked.
Oh, good thing. I was just gonna look up the transcripts and do a Control F on them.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't imagine when he would have said that in any.
Well, maybe there were a couple of Muppet Show sketches where he was a reporter, so maybe one of those when he says "hi ho, Kermit the Frog" here.
Yeah, he says it on Coosbane or whatever.
Maybe, yeah.
Man, that first Coosbane sketch is so good.
Oh yeah.
With the Galileo hoop hoop. It is filthy. It is.
The miracle of life is not filthy.
Well, no, you're right.
Aww. You're right. Once again, love comes to Coosbane. Right.
Oh, I was also going to say that the guy with the hat who's in front of him, he's introducing him as if he's like his employee, but then we don't ever see him again. So is he work in his household? Maybe is he his butler? He's his manservant.
Yeah, I really do think he's like, because he's not the coach driver. We got that other guy driving the coach. Yeah, maybe he does work at his house.
Yeah, at first I was like, wait, could it be he'd just be another passenger who's just randomly taking his hat off? But he does kind of seem to be introducing him. So
I didn't think about that.
So Captain Smollett has money, right? He's got a
Yeah, I must.
Yeah, he's well
Somewhat.
dressed.
Mhm.
Yeah, he must have his suits tailored because he's tiny.
Sure.
Although I guess there's other guys his size around. I don't know.
People
Well,
were shorter back then.
That's true. But I just mean like we saw like, you know, I don't know, Droop or whoever. Like, you know,
Right.
there are other people around.
other Muppets who were similar
He uses
sized.
Droop Taylor for sure.
Yeah. Bean Bunny was at the pub.
He's even smaller than Kermit.
He is.
But pubs are for families, right? In the UK. So
Oh, are
I
they?
mean, I guess so. Yeah, interesting because we talked about this, how Robin and Bean Bunny are there by themselves. at the
yeah, I
tavern.
think it's pretty common for everybody to just go.
Yeah.
It's not such a
Just-
taboo to drink in front of your kids.
We were joking about
okay.
it based on the assumption that you wouldn't bring a kid to a pub, but maybe we were completely wrong.
Well,
that's
I
good to
don't. I
know.
mean, I don't live there, and I didn't live there in the 1700s either. But I think that's true.
Right.
I think it's like that's just where you went to get food and
Right.
Yeah.
drink.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Jim is serving drinks there, and he's
True.
12.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
there is that, I suppose.
I mean, I've seen Mad Men. Kids in the 60s serve drinks to their parents. So
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so Kermit did not say hi-ho in any of the previous 4 films.
Huh, okay.
So at least not there. I didn't scrub through every episode of the Muppet Show.
Well, yeah, okay, but not in a movie then. Yeah.
Not in any of the movies, yeah. But this is his catchphrase, like you said. So,
Yeah.
and then Jim is surprised. Jim says, "That's the raging volcano. He's a frog." And then Rizzo says, "Maybe he gets hopping Matt." That's where we end the clip.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we don't know what he's going to say. Of
Maybe
course.
he gets hopping
Yeah.
mashed potatoes.
oh, those sound good.
Maybe he gets hopping Mac tonight.
Ooh. Maybe
But-
he gets hopping macaroni and cheese.
But even so, like, this is such a dumb joke. I love
Well,
it.
does Rizzo know that Gonzo already made that joke in the Muppet movie?
Muppet movie,
When
right?
when they crash the cars and Gonzo's jumping up and down and he says, "I'm hopping mad."
Yeah, but he didn't even make it about a frog. He was
No,
just
that's true.
talking about
It was
himself.
him. Yeah, he was hopping mad.
Yeah. That's why it's way funnier.
Wait, it's way funnier which time?
Yeah.
The first time, the Muppet movie.
Yeah. Okay.
What? I
This
had
is
no
just
idea
dumb.
that would be your opinion.
You didn't? Yeah,
Did Jim
that's
Lewis
weird.
help out with the script at all, or was it just the other guy?
So to be clear, the question you're asking is, did Jim Lewis write this joke? It sure sounds like his style. Like, this is very much the kind of joke Kermit would make on the Tonight Show or whatever, right? Like,
Yeah, and I do think those jokes have their place because the general public tends to laugh at them.
And the talk show
Mhm.
hosts always laugh at them.
Yeah.
they do. That's
Yeah.
true. Except for Jon Stewart.
Oh yeah, there's that awkward
That
Jon
Daily
Stewart.
Show interview where
Yeah.
Jon Stewart is just like not into having Kermit the Frog on his talk show at
He's
all.
just trying not to play along.
Yeah, but then Kermit breaks him. That's what's so good about it.
Yeah.
You think he's not into it? Because didn't he do Elmo Palooza?
He did.
That's
like,
the weird
like,
thing.
He did like right before that too, because this is like 99 or 2000 or something like that. I mean, it's like early on in his Daily Show run.
Yeah, that's why I'm
So it's weird.
surprised that he would be so hesitant to.
I think
Maybe he was bracing for what Bill O'Reilly would say about it, and like,
yeah, maybe I don't know. But yeah, that's the one. That's the one ever where the host doesn't seem to be, which is weird because like he had Muppets back on later and it went fine. You know, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that actually does bring us down to the end of the clip. Any other thoughts on these 2 minutes specifically before we go? Carolyn, I'll start with you.
yeah, let me take. I was going to say that this is the first Muppet movie that I remember being aware of coming out. Like, and I think Ryan talked about that in the first episode you guys did, that
Mhm.
on the Prodigy and the Usenet and whatever, that was like, oh, this is happening, and maybe there was like a grainy little picture at the bottom of the set. And so I was excited, and when I saw it in the theater, I loved it. When I had it on home video, I loved it for a couple of years, and I don't know what happened or when it happened, but I don't love it anymore.
Sure. Yeah.
And this clip is just it's just like at every point I'm like, I see like missed opportunities, or like, why did you do it that way? Like, why even use the Muppets for this thing?
That's really the question, is why. Like, it just it
Because this
never
could also
feels
be
like
a generic
fit.
90s straight to DVD, like just sort of like in terms of some of the script and story elements. Not the look. The look is gorgeous, but
Mhm.
and the costumes and everything. But it's just like, I don't know. It just doesn't hit like a Muppet movie for me anymore. But
Huh.
at the time, I was so excited about it, and I would listen to the soundtrack on repeat. And I had a stupid marionette that I would dance around the living room to Cabin Fever for nobody but myself, I guess.
Well, that's
Sure.
fun.
It's a good song to do a marionette too. It's a very jingly jangly, shaky song. I'm not saying it's a good song, but you can bounce around to it.
It's jingly, yeah.
But yeah, it's at that time in the 90s, I was very excited about it, and I remember writing an angry email to some online reviewer, James something. I thought maybe one of you guys would remember.
Wait,
He was
would
like,
that be
promise-
James Berardinelli, who's still
Yeah,
writing
I think
reviews today? Yeah.
Is he?
He was one
Well,
of
he
the,
didn't
the
like
early, very prominent online film critics.
Yeah, and he
Real-
did a bad review of MTI, and I wrote him such an angry email as a teenager, and he replied, and he was just like, "Okay,
Wow.
you feel that way." I was trying to see if I still had it in my Yahoo inbox, and I don't. But
Oh, wow. I would love
Not
to
bad.
read that angry email.
yeah, I don't think I could muster that passion about much of anything anymore. But
Oh,
Let alone Muppet Treasure Island.
the Treasure Island, and Siskel and Ebert didn't like it, and
Right.
I think a lot of critics didn't care for it at the time, but clearly it struck a chord with people who were a certain age because it's now so many people's favorite Muppet movie. I think probably mostly people who aren't super Muppet fans, maybe.
Mhm. Yeah.
People who just like 90s pop culture in general. And I mean, also it's pirates.
mhm.
So it's got that going for it.
Right.
The one time I saw it in a theater, like later on, after it, was released, was with PDX Yar, a pirate group in Portland.
Was that
They
right?
hosted it. Yeah.
Wow.
And there were so many people dressed up like pirates, so excited to see Muppet Pirates. And so I guess it was a genre that they needed to do at some point for the sake of pop culture.
Yeah.
I guess it works well enough for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Ryan, any other thoughts?
Did we mention the fact that when the carriage is speeding along, there are live chickens, real chickens, and then we also see a few Muppet chickens?
Oh, that's a good
We
point.
didn't, but that's cool though.
I just like that. Yeah, that's kind of a weird blurring of, what is this reality that, but I guess, there's humanoid Muppets and there are actual humans. So why can't there be real chickens
Right,
and
well,
Muppet chickens?
And they did that stuff on the Muppet Show all the time.
That's true. Yeah. They would bring
Right.
in real animals.
Gonzo is auditioning chickens and they're real chickens or whatever. And,
Right. Yeah.
And Rolf sings "What a Wonderful World" to an actual puppy.
Mm-hmm. And there's a cow backstage, I think, in the Julie Andrews.
Julie
episode.
Andrews,
So,
yeah.
A real cow.
Oh, the Muppet Show is so good.
Yes, it is.
And
On
then
that, we all agree.
it's
Yeah.
so good. I love it. The pirate episode with Glenda Jackson too.
Yeah.
Crazy,
that's true. Should point that out to the pirate community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go watch
Probably
the
don't know who Glenda Jackson is.
episode. It's on Disney Plus. You can go watch it anytime. So I got a few things from the strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde to talk about here. The scene with Long John on the ship, it doesn't exist. They just none of that introductory. He's just kind of like he's already met Long John and now they're on the ship together.
Sure.
As I said last week. Also, everything about Captain Smollett's arrival in this scene was invented because he's Kermit the Frog, and that's the whole joke. And there's no reason in the novel to be like the carriage was careening towards the dock.
Right.
It's not in there. And also in the book, Samuel Arrow was actually selected by Long John Silver, Mr. Arrow.
Oh.
Squire Trelawney, in his letter to Dr. Livesey, says, Long John Silver unearthed a very competent man for a mate, a man named Arrow. And in the book, he turns out to not be a terribly competent man. He's like drunk most of the time.
Oh, okay. So he knew he could manipulate him then, maybe.
Yes. And we will learn of his fate later, perhaps. So Carolyn, at the end, we always ask our guests two questions. The first one you basically already answered, which is what's your history with this movie?
Mm-hmm.
and thank you for that. And the other one is where now? And I have an idea, but where now do you rank it among the Muppet movies?
I think above Muppets from Space and below Most Wanted, which I think is what Ryan had said. Because I just rewatched Most Wanted and it's still really good. I still like it.
It's very good.
I would also rank, well, I don't know. I go back and forth. I was going to say I rank the Muppets 2011 under this one, but that's, I don't know. That's tricky.
You know what? I think, that's tricky for me too, because I actually really like Walter, and I think I like 2011 more than both of you do.
Okay.
Yeah. Although we both basically like it, I think. It's not like, It's not like I don't think that season I'm gonna be like this movie the whole time like I am with this.
No.
So
okay, but yeah, it's like middle bottom. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's reasonable. All right. Well, that brings us just about down to the end. Listeners, you can always read toughpigs.com on the internet, on Facebook. We're just kind of roaming around the internet trying to find social media home, like everyone else. You can become a patron of ours at Patreon. You can email us at movingrightalong@toughpigs.com to tell us how you feel about cannibal jokes. You can follow Ryan on Blue Sky at me, Ryan Rowe, and you can follow me on Blue Sky at Durwood Clapper. You can follow Ryan on Letterboxd at Movies Are Neat, and me on Letterboxd at Zeppo Marxist. Carolyn, where can our listeners find you and/or your work online?
I mean, I'm myself on most social media platforms, and people can friend me if they want to and aren't going to be annoying.
All right, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, guys. It's just good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Thank you, as always, to Morgan Davy for designing our logo, and thank you, listener, for being a friend and for giving us a positive review and for telling all of your other friends, Rose, Dorothy, Sophia, Blanche, telling them to listen to Moving Right Along. We'll be back next week with another one. Goodbye.
Maniac.
Bye.